girls here than anywhere in the world. And we play rock and roll. All we do, now we don't like add in, some clubs will play a little bit of rock and roll. We play only rock and roll. I like the girls that come here.
All right, we are on Disco Acid Cult TV. I don't know, how was your guys' days? First
I
of
can't
all?
hear you guys.
You're in a black screen too. I don't know if you're
Love
holding.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the black screen is funny. I'm sure Fizz would have a great joke to make about
I
you
can't
just
hear
being a
you
black
guys.
screen. Try getting out and getting back on. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't tell you if you can't hear me. I don't know if I should mute him too.
Just mute him.
Well, it says he's muted. He muted himself. Anyways, you know, a bee flew into my car today. That's my big news. And
Okay, how was that?
well, I was thinking, you know how unlucky you have to be? So I was sitting in a parking lot finishing a cigarette, so my window was about halfway open, and this bee flies into my car, right? You got to think, a bee, this tiny little thing, can fly. Just like the odds, someone's got to do the odds of this, because I mean, this bee could be in like South Dakota right now, but it just so happens to fly into my window in my car in a Walmart parking lot. So anybody who's ever had a bee fly into their car, think about how.
Say, you know, those beetles, they're like kind of like a metallic color. They're like green and black. They're really big.
Beetles with a metallic color.
Yeah, it's like almost like what is a scarab? Is that what they're called?
What the fuck? I've never heard that in my life.
No, in California, we have these beetles. They're like really big and they fly around aimlessly, usually during the summer, and they're like a metallic green color. You've never seen those? We have them all over LA.
I'm sure if I saw it, I would know.
They're pretty big. They're decently sized, and they're very scary because they fly like right in your face and they're massive. I had one of those get into my car once, and that I just jumped right out of the car. Luckily I was parked, but yeah, that's all I've had. And then like the occasional spider coming in.
Spiders, I feel like they get in your car when you're not in the car.
Yeah, they notice. Well, the thing about spiders is they notice when you're not on your schedule too. So they just come in like, oh, I decided to do this different than I did last Friday, and so that's when they come in.
Have you ever had like a moment when you're driving and then there's like a spider that comes down like in front of your face? That shit is terrifying.
I had a good one. Me and my ex-girlfriend, we were smoking heroin in a gas station bathroom, and as she was taking
heroin diaries over here.
Oh yeah, as she was taking her hit, literally like Spider-Man style, a spider comes down from the ceiling, like, you know, like on a web when they come down that way. And it was huge, and it was coming down right for her head. And it was one of those like calm and collected moments on my part. Like I did not, you know, freak out, because if I freaked out, she would have jumped or something. And I kind of just like grabbed her and like moved her to the side, and she was like, "What?" And then I turned her around and showed her the spider that was coming down for her head. But yeah, in the car, I've also had a bee fly into my car when I was driving one time too. And I also surprisingly handled that well and got it out, because I am extra afraid of bees, wasps especially. I do not fuck with wasps. I will kill bees. I don't care. People say, oh, we need the bees. Fuck the bees. I don't want the bees around at all. But yeah, there's got to be someone that's got to do the odds. You know, what are the odds of a bee flying into your cracked window or your half open window?
But we definitely need bees though, because it'll be worse if we didn't have them. So
Yeah, people say without bees, there's only like years until humans are extinct. But I also
Well,
know
according to ChatGPT, the odds of a bee flying into your car is quite common.
bullshit. That's propaganda,
Due to
bullshit,
bees mistaking car surfaces for water or flowers. So,
bullshit.
it does happen.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you guys about? I guess I was waiting for this moment. So I never used ChatGPT, but
Yeah.
recently I've used it twice. And in one of my random conversations with it, I wish the more was here in chat. ChatGPT told me Charlie Kirk is not dead.
What?
Yeah. And then I responded and I said, "What the fuck? What do you know that I don't?" And it said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Correction. Charlie Kirk is dead." But I screenshotted it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, did the Matrix just slip? Did something just slip up and they just unleashed some secret?
You gotta ask it again, like every once in a while to see if it
Hmm.
slips up.
Yeah. No, it told me that it made a mistake. It said, "Oh, I'm not perfect, believe it or not." And it tried to play it off. And I was like, "No, I think you might have just told me something that people aren't supposed to know, ChatGPT."
Maybe so. Okay, so what's the news with Ronnie?
Okay.
Yeah,
So I got it.
yeah. I'm curious about this. This shit's coming up again, like, bro.
So of course, all of the real pictures and screenshots, all the meat, it was through Instagram stories. So they're all gone as of right
Mm-hmm.
now. But I was there the whole day, so I can kind of narrate it. And I've got two pictures to pull up. But aside from those, it looks like what happened was some Brittany Furlan must have been scrolling TikTok, and some random TikToker, like it might as well have been me. Like this kind of goes to show how she looks really bad in this situation. So it looks like some random nobody TikToker posted something about the story, the original story, the catfish story. And Brittany commented on it and said, "I'm not going to let anybody lie about me. It was Ronnie on the Snapchat trying to seduce me, blah, blah, blah." Which I thought she'd already came out and admitted that, I got
Yeah,
got.
exactly.
Yeah.
She went on some podcast, and I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I thought she already admitted to the whole thing. She got, she's gonna let it go, whatever. So, anyways, I would imagine what happened is somebody saw this comment and sent it to Ronnie, because then Ronnie went on Instagram and posted, "Are we really doing this again? No, that was not me on Snapchat. I didn't have a Snapchat." He says he ended up making a Snapchat later on just to kind of go see what the whole fuss was about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we all know the story. She got catfished. But then this
Yeah.
went, they were both posting stories like fucking crazy. And Brittany's like, "I've got proof. This was Ronnie's old phone number attached to that Snapchat." And Ronnie responded and was like, "Bro, you can look up that number online. It's a landline. That was not my old
Yeah.
number." So they go back and forth and back and forth, and this goes on all day until finally we did get the news that Ronnie has straight up filed a restraining order against her for harassment.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And to me, this works better in Ronnie's favor because the first person to take it to court, because this means like stuff will come out, hopefully. Like they have to dig in, they've got to do, I don't know what they do for restraining orders, but there's a court hearing. So like real actual evidence might get dragged out. And if Ronnie's the one that's saying, "Hey, let's put all the evidence out there," then to me that makes him look, and I've always sided with him in this whole situation. It's obvious that Ronnie does not have a fucking Snapchat that he's using to try to seduce Brittany Furlan. Um, Part of my reasoning, even aside from all the evidence and stuff that he's posted, and I'm sure Johnny can speak to this too. I'm a former musician, so when Ronnie talks about, I grew up looking up to Motley Crue. If Sherry Moon Zombie hit me up, I could never, because I look up to Rob Zombie's stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ronnie's
Yeah.
not going to bang his childhood hero's wife. Like
Yeah.
those are even more
Well,
than like you're.
well, my thing is like, I'm not gonna say he wouldn't do that, but there's no way he did, because I mean, remember, I think what's funny is Tommy is on her side now. Remember Tommy Lee? At first, he was like calling her a bitch and "you're stupid" and arguing with her in the comments and breaking up. So I want to know what changed for him to be like, oh, that's my babe, and Ronnie's lying. I don't know. What do you think is going on with that?
So yeah, one of the tweets I did have was here, let me pull it up right here. Tommy did comment after Ronnie Radke claimed he never flirted with Brittany Furlan, saying she was catfished by fake accounts. TMZ reports that the following in reverse from has filed a temporary restraining order against her. Here, when a fan commented on Tommy's New Year's post suggesting Brittany should let it go, Tommy clapped back and commented and said, "Maybe that idiot needs to let it go and stop stalking my wife's replies on videos."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Tommy Lee is the guy I feel the most bad for because he's just getting cucked like crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
Brittany Furlan, the best case scenario right now for Brittany Furlan is it was actually Ronnie Radke and I was cheating on my husband with Ronnie. Worst case scenario is
It's
it
not
was,
Ronnie, though.
It's not Ronnie at all.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not.
Worst case scenario is it wasn't Ronnie. I was cheating on my husband with a catfish. So no matter what, no matter what you believe, which again, we all know it wasn't Ronnie, but no matter what you believe, because there are Brittany Furlan fans that are simping and trying to say, oh, it was Ronnie, Ronnie's a liar. No matter what you believe, Tommy Lee got cheated on and got back with this girl and is now defending her in comment section.
Here's the thing, even if it was Ronnie, let's just say this like alternate universe, it was Ronnie, you still answered. Like, so it's not like, she's like ignored it or whatever. Like, she still answered, she still entertained it. So I don't understand how she would be winning at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No matter what, she's a cheater.
Well, she needs to just own that she's been catfished. I mean, straight from the inside source, Ronnie is one of Nick's top clients. And Nick told me Ronnie only has one phone.
Yeah.
That guy is always on his phone and he's only on the one phone. And he's always just hanging out with his girlfriend, Dana. Is that her name?
I
He's
think
always
so.
yeah, I think she lives at the house. He's always with Dana and he's always gambling on the phone. So he is not on anything but one phone. So she's full of shit.
Yeah, she's trying really hard to like save herself some embarrassment, but it's like, brother, the embarrassment already happened. Like this was last year. Still my most viewed video, by the way, covering the original story. But yeah, I don't know what her deal is. She's going crazy now. She's also talking to Ronnie's fans, like teenagers. She's like Ronnie was posting screenshots of like
trying to get them to say, "Oh, did he molest you? Did he try
But
to
he's known
abuse
for
you?"
calling out pedos online. That's all he does. So
yeah,
it
she's
makes
like
no
she's now DMing teenage fans. She messaged one of them and is like, "Are you willing to make a statement to TMZ saying that Ronnie messaged you when you were underage?" And so that's why Ronnie's now going to law enforcement, because now Ronnie's like, "Now you're trying to entice my teenage fans into making statements to TMZ about me committing crimes." Like now, like this is beyond like you got catfish. Now you're trying to, you're trying to get me accused of actual crimes by people to TMZ. Like she I don't know. She's kind of losing her mind about this whole thing. And I just imagine Tommy Lee just sitting at home, just like being like, bro, can I just catch a fucking break? Tommy Lee
knows. He knows, dude. He knows she's a fucking cheater. Like he knows that. Like I know he's an old dude. So he's like what, almost like fucking 70. So he's like, well, yeah, fuck it. Whatever I can do to keep things going. That's what's going on.
He can still do better. That's the thing. He could still do better than that.
But it's like he knows what she did, dude. He knows it. Because remember, he was gonna release a song. I think it was called like "Stupid Girl" or something like that. And if you look on his Instagram, I think he deleted it now. And he was kind of on his board in his house, kind of making new music. And he was talking. And this name of the song is gonna be "Stupid Girl." So he's clearly making it for her. And he was commenting under her pictures like, thirsty bitch, or you're thirsty, very thirsty, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what changed. I don't know what happened for him to like do a complete like 180 and say, hey, I actually agree with my wife now.
She must have just given him a really good blowjob or something. And then he was like, fuck, I can't actually leave that behind.
Maybe he has affairs as well. So
well, that's obvious. I believe, what? I believe him and John 5 probably fucked, honestly.
Yeah, he could just be cheating on her too, so he's like, well, shit, I can't leave her for cheating. I also feel bad for John 5, because when this whole thing first started, John 5 had just joined the band, and it's like, damn, John 5 just leaves his long time, really solid career with Rob Zombie, goes to Motley Crue, and the first thing that happens is this Brittany Furlan thing, Vince Neil's tweeting at AI girls on Twitter, like, and John 5 is like a super low-key guy. He never gets caught up in anything. Plus, John 5's wife is really good friends with Brittany Furlan, so I'm sure, I'm sure John 5 and his wife have to humor her and be like, "Oh yeah, it was totally wrong. He on the other phone," but
Yeah, but they know the truth. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, the whole thing is just ridiculous. She just needs to give it up. She needs to give it up. It's just like, dude, like I said, I thought she already admitted to it. Like, I guess maybe not. I know on that podcast, I do remember her talking about how she was trying to justify why she was cheating in the first place. And she's like, we were having problems. I was feeling lonely. She literally said she was talking to ChatGPT as if it were her boyfriend, just to
Wow.
yeah, she got that low. So I could have swore somewhere in there she said, yeah, I got catfish, but I guess maybe she didn't. Maybe she never said that, and I just am remembering it wrong. But the one last little bit of update to the story is that and I literally just noticed this right before we got on here. Ronnie's Instagram is gone.
Yeah, he does that
Dude,
sometimes,
when I first checked his Instagram, I was like, what the fuck? Because I was seeing all these TikToks about what he's posting. I was like, fuck. I was like, did he block us or something? Did he watch the show? And then I told my girl to look on Instagram. It was all the same. So what happened? Is it legal or?
He probably did it for legal reasons. If he hired a lawyer, they're probably like, let's deactivate the Instagram for now.
Yeah.
So things don't escalate more online.
That's what I would think. Rockfeed said that his Instagram account has been suddenly removed by Instagram. I don't know if there's any way to prove that Instagram banned him. I don't know why they would, but to me, that would make more sense. His lawyers just said, hey, let's take the stuff down for now. We'll look into all of it. And then once we're done, you can get
because you're going to need to investigate. If they're investigating it, they're going to need to see like, yo, let's look at your messages. Let's see all the Instagrams you had or whatever. How are you messaging her? I think that's what they're investigating, all of that probably.
Yeah, and anything could be used in court. Like Brittany Furlan's lawyers could use like one of Ronnie's posts to be like, doesn't this seem malicious on his part? Stuff like that.
This is so crazy because this all could have been avoided and so much money could have been saved had she just shut up.
Yeah,
just shut up. And she could have just said, listen, I'm so sorry. I admit I fell for it. And, me and my husband have talked about it and things are straightened out now. And I apologize.
That's a great way to like start off the new year.
Well, that's the thing is, even if she didn't apologize for shit, yeah, the whole thing was gone. Like we were done with this. This story was over. It was last year's news, and then she went around commenting on random people's TikToks.
Random.
Like I said, not even a celebrity, not even a famous person. Like she's just going out commenting on TikToks about her, and it's like, brother, let it go. I think Nikki Sixx was clowning on this whole thing because on Instagram, he posted yesterday, 2026 is shaping up to be pretty damn drama-free. Isn't that the goal? How about you? So maybe that is just Nikki Sixx trying to be positive. I think that was him kind of making fun of it a little bit, being like, yeah.
Well, it's Motley Crue. What do you expect? There's always going to be drama, right? That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she just needs to, like I said, let it go. I hope this whole thing gets dragged into court and it becomes a real thing and we get to start seeing some real evidence. But
that would be the most, if they actually uncovered that she knew what she was doing, which she clearly did, but that Ronnie didn't do any of this, that's going to be the most embarrassing moment, I think, of my life. And I think Tommy's going to break up with her. That's my opinion.
I think she's going to be screwed if the whole thing turns into like a real trial and they start pulling out. I mean, they're going to start pulling out metadata. It's going to be like,
because remember in the messages, it's like, she texted him like, oh, I'm here, like in front of the house.
Yeah.
Part of the story was that
oh, that's not actually me, that's somebody else. Or like, bro, come on.
Yeah, the original story, she drove to his old house because the catfish Snapchat messaged her and said, come over or something. And
She could have just said no, but she didn't. So I mean, I think she's pretty still guilty, no matter what, as you said.
Yeah, she could have just never replied in the first place. She could have just used her common sense, and when that random Snapchat added her, you know, I mean, it literally was like a Snapchat with like 0 friends. Like you just a teenager. That's why I was so surprised about it, because Brittany Furlan, more than a celebrity, she's basically an internet celebrity. She's one of those online influencer types. So you would think she's very internet savvy, you know, like people that are on the internet. You know, I always say like millennials and younger, and I think Brittany Furlan is a little older than us, but still somebody who spent most of her life on the internet. We kind of have like a sixth sense when it comes to like, you can look at a profile and tell if it's fake. You know, you can look at that's why people that get catfished are like extra retarded, because it's like, bro, we all have that. Like, I can look at a profile for like fucking 5 seconds and tell you if it's a real person or not. It's not that hard, especially if we're talking about a celebrity. Like, nothing about that original Snapchat actually looked like Ronnie Radke's Snapchat. It just.
And why would he even go through that much drama and trouble just to message Brittany Furlan? I mean,
yeah.
if I'm honest, like, I mean, if he was gonna be like that, I think he would have just messaged her on her normal Instagram. I mean,
yeah, there are a million other ways he could have hit her up in the first place to avoid, you know, Tommy seeing it, or just fucking whatever. She is the loser in this whole situation. I feel the most bad for Tommy, but at the same time, now that he's popping off on comments trying to defend her like that, I almost don't feel bad for him, because I'm like, you know, this is the broad you're going to defend, then you have fun, I guess. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, man, I really need to get with the captions. All right, well, now that we're done with this topic, there's that caption. Did you guys want to move on to that guy running for mayor? Did you guys want to move on to the Minnesota story?
Yeah, we can talk about the mayor.
What's the guy's name?
Spencer Pratt. What show was he on?
I thought you said the OC.
Whatever, the one with Lauren Collins. I think that's her name, right? Or no, that's not her. That's not her name.
I only
What's
know
her name?
I know Lauren Conrad.
Lauren Conrad. That's it. Not Collins. It's Lauren Conrad. Yes, she was on.
Oh, he was on The Hills.
Yes, that was it. That was it.
That's what you're talking about.
Laguna Beach.
That's classic stuff. I watched that stuff when I was younger. I don't really know I don't know which person was him. You know, I don't remember the names.
Well, yeah, they played themselves. He was Spencer, Heidi's boyfriend, and now they're married. So
no, I know. I just mean I don't know their names.
But he has nothing now. Like, he's been fighting so hard because everything they owned was in that one home, and they lost it all. So he has no money.
You said it was angry. It was the fires last year.
Yeah, he had a Palisades home, and him and Heidi spent like all of their money on it, and now they have nothing. And so I remember like remember back in the day, like in the early 2000s, when like you'd have celebrities just coming out with like random pop songs, like, you know, Lindsay Lohan and whatnot. Well, back in the day, Heidi from this show had like an album out of the blue, and they're so desperate for money, they like re-released her album, and people were like, what? We don't need this. But Spencer's like, I need people to buy my wife's album because we have no money. So
well, if you guys go to mayorpratt.com, you can sign up for his email,
his newsletter.
Yeah,
support him. That.
I mean,
do you think he actually has a chance?
Yeah, I do. And I see a lot of people online are saying they're going to vote for him.
I think anybody who's not the current mayor probably has.
But no, like, what is the guy Caruso ran? He was
yeah, but
good.
Spencer, as I said,
wasn't likable.
Spencer is an all-American bro. He has no money. He's just a random guy. Like, you know, all he's done is been on the Hills. He hasn't done anything. So he's just a local. And he's like pissed off with the government. So people want that.
He's got a good story for it, with his house burning down, and they really did nothing to help
Yeah.
They did nothing to
Yeah.
help any of the people whose
And,
houses burned down.
And then they're replacing it with some other type of housing. I forgot now. And
Mhm.
it's like people were already set kind of, the conspiracy theories at that time were, oh, this was purposely done so they can make way for,
Smart city.
smart cities, which is happening now. Which is like, it actually is happening. So they actually did have that fire demolish almost everything. So it makes you think, are they doing this for the what is this coming in 2028, the World Cup, I think, or not the World Cup,
Yeah. The Olympics.
the Olympics are coming, so they want those areas and they're trying to make the city like more accessible, whatever. But it makes you think all of the things that are going on with the current mayor, when she said she heard that phone call where she was like, it may not make sense now, but you'll see like why this is happening, and it'll make sense in the future. Pretty much like that's to sum up what she was saying. And they caught that call. Was like, what does that mean? And she never really explained like what exactly does it mean. So it's like, if he runs, like, it's like I'm praying for him, because you gotta understand that if you're gonna run in LA, you're going up against already the local city council that is powerful. You're going up against the cartels that are obviously funding these people. So I hope his life. I hope he has like security. He doesn't have money, but I hope he has like some kind of security, and he is being very watchful, because something like this that could change LA. You're going up against powerful entities. That's all I got to say.
I think he could win.
I think he'll win. Yeah, I think he could win. Just because he's a civilian and he's not like a guy in a suit.
Do we know who else is running it all?
I don't know. I always hear, who's that woman, Katie Porter? Is she always running for mayor?
Katie Porter, yeah. I think it was governor.
Yeah, I remember when she tried running for mayor, I think.
Does anybody know? Do we know what Spencer Pratt's like politics are at all? Actually,
he's pretty conservative, because he's not famous. Like, he's been pretty much like saying a lot of things on Instagram, and
I heard that he was Democratic, but then with what's been going on now, he's kind of like moderate.
Yeah, well, he was speaking out. He was saying how he voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And and I know just because he says that doesn't mean that he's like conservative in the traditional sense, as none of us really are. But like, he's been on Instagram. If you go to his Instagram, he talks a lot about like the homeless epidemic that's clearly being taken advantage of. He talks a lot about the country and like the Democrats, screwing Bernie over, all that stuff. He talks about it a lot. So
yeah. Well, shit, I think anybody that's not the current mayor has a decent chance. But the fact that he was like a party bro on the hills, to me, like, just that alone, I'm like, oh shit, I'll let you be the mayor of that.
Party bros unite.
Yeah, anybody on the hills is a friend of mine.
Didn't he always I remember, didn't he like cheat on Heidi on the show? I think he was kind of like the equivalent of like a Scott with Courtney on the Kardashians. Like, he was really crazy. I mean, they were 19, 20, I think, on the show.
I don't remember that much.
Yeah, and I used to watch it, but it was years ago. But now, yeah, I mean, he's, a father and a husband, and so I don't know what he does for work. But
well, shoot, we should go ahead. This channel endorses Spencer. Do an official endorsement for Spencer Pratt right here.
Maybe we could get him on the show.
Yeah, let him know that we're small. We have no subscribers. We're like the little man.
I bet you he would do it, because he's just a regular dude.
If you told him that your house,
you should message his.
No, it's got to be one of you guys, and you have to tell him that your house burned down in the Palisade fire.
Oh my god!
Yeah, where's the proof?
What's his? Oh, he has 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, but now that he's running,
I was telling you, he's pretty like a good a social media person. So I think he has a good chance. He's way better than Caruso. I would say that.
But now that he's running, he's gonna have to start talking to the little guy, you know. So it doesn't matter that he's got 1 million followers. You have to message him like somewhere else where he would actually see it. And yeah, that's awesome. That's hilarious.
It's gonna be hard though, dude, because you got the fucking Silver Lake crowd, and you got all those fucking extreme liberal, fucking stupid people that, you know, oh well, life is great for us because we go to a fucking coffee shop in the morning and everything's good. It's just like, oh, I don't care about the homelessness. I don't care about any of that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the middle class. I don't want to talk about the crime. I don't care about that. That is the part of LA. It's not even like the Mexican part of the population that you really have to worry about. It's the fucking coffee shop liberal, I like to call them, that you're gonna have an issue with. Because who do you think they're gonna vote for? You really think they're gonna vote for Spencer Pratt?
Is Karen Bass running again, or is she done?
Yeah.
She is?
Yeah. Because the fact that she even won in the first place is in fucking insane. Like, that's like...
Yeah, she should have got kicked out after those 5. Like, they should have just kicked her out is what should have happened.
Literally,
yeah.
dude. Like...
She didn't do shit for any of that. But, yeah, I mean, first, I would say, first of all, just the fact that he's not. Because I'm sure there are people in LA that are retarded and will just vote for Karen Bass again because she's a left-winger. But I'm sure there are actually a lot of people in LA that are tired of her.
Yeah. But, I mean, it starts from the top down. You see Gavin Newsom is still the fucking governor, so... I mean,
he's definitely running for president pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, he's like, I saw an interview where it was like, they asked him about prison. He's like, oh, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about, you know, California is my first responsibility, and we're tackling homelessness. Every time, I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. You're running for president, but that's besides the point. The point is the fact that Gavin Newsom is still in office. This is why I always have this, like, I'm not really... how can you say, convinced that they will ever change, in my opinion.
Yeah, no. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Something about Newsom. Oh, I think Annie actually sent me something related to it. I guess after that Nick Shirley thing in Minnesota, there are
dude. Can we talk about that?
YouTubers and journalists are talking about how they're gonna come to California. They're like,
oh yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Good. Which is going to be awesome because California is like the fraud capital of the fucking world. So like
I want them to get all the fucking homeless fraud. It's insane.
Yeah, the fact that we continue to dump hundreds of millions of dollars into solutions for homeless people, yet the homeless population just multiplies by 4 every day. Like every day you wake up and there's just more tweakers in your front yard than there was yesterday.
Yeah, we have a friend and she works in like that department for LA County, and she has even said, yeah, they don't do anything because if they do anything, then they lose, you know, that's money being spent and they lose their jobs. So they have to well, they just let the homeless be.
Yeah. It's funny, just today I was driving back home after the bee flew in my car and I noticed right next to some railroad tracks there's an encampment now in my town. I mean, there's encampments everywhere. They pop up in my town. They pop up and they move, and they pop up and they move. And they literally have a clothesline hung between 2 trees, like drying their clothes. I'm like, where'd you wash your clothes? First of all, where are you drying your clothes from?
Dude, the homeless over there, dude, they be having, especially like near Hollywood, they be having fucking Xboxes and flat screen
TVs,
TVs,
seen that.
Electricity in the fucking tents, and I'm like, bro, like that's clear corruption. Like, come on.
Yeah, I remember during COVID when it got like so crazy with the homeless population, like every freeway underpass was just like a little city. And I remember there was one underpass near me, and like some guy set up like a blow up pool, and like he brought out like his grill, and then like a bunch of the homeless people were barbecuing, and then I remember one afternoon it blew up and the entire underpass was like in flames on fire because the guy's grill just exploded.
Yeah, I don't fucking know about those homeless folk, but I think the one you sent me, it's funny because I fucking hate Benny Johnson. I think he's such a fucking fag. But if it takes him to come to California and like expose some shit Nick Shirley style, then that's fine. I'll accept it. The Nick Shirley thing was hilarious. Me and Protomax talked about it last night. Just the fact that people are still trying to defend the people there, and it's like, brother, they got caught. Like, I understand you guys want a virtue signal. I get it. You guys want to simp for Somalians because you want everyone to think you're a good white person. But like, they got caught, dude. Like, just there are some things like that. To me, that's the biggest problem with both sides. Both sides do it. This is just an example of Democrats.
Quality Leering Center.
Yeah. Both sides do it, but this just so happens to be a time when Democrats and left-wingers did it. They will not accept defeat, even when it's placed right at their feet. It's like, brother, just take the L. Like, Nick Shirley went to Minnesota, and in a 45-minute video, he blew up the entire thing. It's obvious. We all saw it. Like, just say, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Like, just take the L and move on.
I love the videos that have come out where they're like interviewing people in Minneapolis and they're like, so do you think we should have all these immigrants? And they're like, yeah, of course. And then when they say, okay, so would you be willing to house one of them if need be? They're like, oh no.
I don't know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, they'll never take them.
Okay.
That's how they are everywhere too. They'll always say like, yes, we should take them as many as possible. And then, yeah, oh, well, we got 5 right here. You think, oh no, not in my house. That's not possible. I mean, literally, the worst case of it was Selena Gomez doing it when Selena Gomez was crying on Instagram. And she's like,
dude, that was so, it pissed me off so much.
She was like, if there's anything I could do, I wish I could. Brother, you live in a fucking multi-million-dollar mansion. Let him stay in one of your 20 spare bedrooms, dude. There's a lot you could actually do, Selena Gomez, but no, they just want a virtue signal, and no one is actually down for the cause.
So what's happened with Tim? Has he been like removed from office, or he's just not going to?
He's just not running for re-election. Translation: he knows that the corruption is going to be exposed even more.
He dropped out.
He's stepping down.
Which is another example of like people that are trying to defend this. Brother, your guy just quit. Like, he got humiliated and quit. Like, you can't have reasonable conversations with these people because they will still defend this stuff. And it's like, dude, your guy just dropped out. Like, this YouTube video came out and within a month he dropped out. Like, what does that tell you? Like, you can't defend this shit. Like, just take the fucking L and move on,
But they can't.
No. They cannot take the L on anything. That's literally how it used to work. Like, politicians would have debates and there would be a winner and a loser. Nowadays, like I've talked about this a million times, where after there was that Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom debate, I literally watched on some right-wing YouTube channel, they played a clip. It was like a 3-minute clip, and they explained how this was Ron DeSantis destroying Gavin Newsom. And then I watched a left-wing YouTube channel, and they played the exact same 3-minute clip and explained how that was Gavin Newsom destroying Ron DeSantis. And I'm like, come on, you guys. Like, somebody won the debate. Like, every time we see a debate, somebody won it. But, people won't. I remember seeing when Biden had that disastrous debate with Trump that made him have to fucking quit the race. I remember watching on Twitter at the time, Barbara Crampton. This was like heartbreaking to me because Barbara Crampton is a legendary scream queen, from 80s horror movies and even in movies as recent as You're Next in like 2013. Of course, most horror actors are like notoriously left wing. She was live tweeting along with the debate about how Joe Biden is destroying Donald Trump. And I was like, are you kidding? This guy's fucking asleep. And then literally the next day, Joe Biden had to drop out because he looked so fucking retarded during a debate. And it's just like, yeah, these people just will not ever take an L. They will not take an L. And it's just like, dude, you can't, like, there's no reasoning with these people. Like I said, that video on the Minnesota thing, that whole daycare video, that shit was comical. Like, that shit was comedy. He literally walked up to one of them and said, hey, can I enroll my kid? And they said, why?
Why?
Could you imagine if imagine walking into the Dollar Tree and saying, hey, can I buy this thing for $1? And they go, why? You'd be like, what the fuck? Because that's like.
Did you send me the video, or did I send you the video about that guy that investigated the playground area?
I think
behind the
you sent it to
daycare,
me.
and it was like filled with like dead rats.
What the fuck?
Yeah, out back
Yeah.
behind the Quality Learning Center. It was just like an abandoned alley.
Yeah.
And you know that I forgot her name, the politician that's known to, she's Somalian, and Trump always calls her out. They
Oh,
have
what's her
pictures
name?
of
Ilmar
yeah,
something?
they have
Yeah.
pictures of her right beside the Quality Learning Center is a restaurant that she always eats at too, which is kind of weird. How that's where she pretty much had her campaign going, and there was no Quality Learning Center. It was like another building there, and that was like just like a few years ago. So it's all clear.
Okay. Who is that that woman that's running for Congress that I just think is so amazing?
The Mexican woman, dude.
The Mexican woman that's just so bold.
And she's like shooting dummies with machine guns,
I
talking about how they're
love
illegal
her.
immigrants.
She is so fucking funny. I love her. What's her name?
I don't remember her name, but those are the kinds of people we need running for office nowadays.
Yeah.
Ilhan Omar, speaking of her, I kind of think that she's the one. I was talking to Protomax about this last night. I don't believe for a second that those Somalians that are running the daycare centers that we've now seen on video, we see how they talk. We see that the brain power is not quite, running on full throttle with them. I don't believe that they thought of this whole scam by themselves. I don't believe they're smart enough to move here and then say, okay, what could we do to make some money? Oh,
didn't we say didn't we talk about that with Protomax and we were like, it was the Nigerians.
What? Where the Nigerians got to come in here?
But I mean, Ilhan Omar giving them this idea would make a lot of sense. Like Ilhan Omar being the one to straight up give them this idea, I think would make the most sense because there's no way that guy in the Chrome Hearts glasses that says, "Oh, the burglar came in through this wall right here and stole our checkbooks and our employment like that guy did not come up with the fucking idea to fraud the government out of millions. Somebody gave them this idea and
probably they can't even spell learning.
Yeah. Somebody gave them this idea.
Wasn't the excuse about the sign was like there was something wrong with the printer that day?
Oh, stop
their excuse was that they couldn't get a good print job because it was the winter time. It was something ridiculous like, oh, the print
doesn't make any sense. I've lived in Minnesota. You can have everything year round there.
Yeah, they literally tried to say that, like, the printing company that they went to, you can't get a good printer during the winter time. Like, just absolutely.
It's just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? It's all the people that I go on Twitter and it's like, they are so, how can you say, like,
retarded.
Political hacks. Yeah, they're hacked. They're partisan hacks. Like, they keep saying, oh, well, he was lying or he didn't come at the right time or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, how much excuses can you make when it's clear fraud? Like, my 5-year-old could fucking read that and see, and could investigate that and see that it's fraud.
Yeah, I think people would I think people would respect. I mean, like I said, I would respect both sides more, and I'll respect whoever more if they just take the L. Just take the L when it's the L. It just but they can't do it. I said this back when Donald Trump was running, and he worked that day at McDonald's for his campaign. That was fucking hilarious. Whether you like Trump or not, I kept saying, dude, left-wingers would look a lot better if they would just come out and say, okay, Donald Trump working at McDonald's. That's funny. I get it. But they can't they cannot do that. And it's like Nick Shirley is selling Quality Learning Center shirts and hoodies. Dixon Cider, we were talking about, let me pull this up while we're talking on a just because Dixon Cider showed up in chat. They're making a movie, a biopic for George Floyd.
What? No, shut up.
I'll pull it up for you guys right now. It's called Daddy Changed the World.
He was gonna be a fucking policeman, guys. Like,
check this out. Daddy Changed the World. It's got an IMDb page. Oprah Winfrey is involved in the budget. But let me show you guys.
No.
Let me show you the funniest thing. Dixon Cider, you're gonna love this because you know how IMDb anybody can edit it. It's kind of like Wikipedia. So if you scroll down, I have to screenshot it too, just in case they ever change it back. If you scroll down on IMDb to the Did You Know, the trivia, it says the star of this movie was a career criminal, druggie, and pregnant woman beater.
Wow.
Pregnant woman beater is funny.
Which to me shows that some conservative obviously got his hands on the IMDb page for the Daddy Changed the World movie. But yeah, no, me and Dixon Sider were saying if this movie gets a theatrical release, which it might, if Oprah Winfrey is funding it, it's going to be a big budget. Dude, I'll go see this shit. I'll do a straight review for it on the channel. When this movie comes out, this is going to be a big deal on Disco Acid Cult TV. This is going to be the greatest fucking movie of all time. You guys know how I love to complain about Hollywood and all the movies that come out today are bullshit. This is the type
It's
of
going to be like an A24 film.
I was
Wait,
telling
it's an
Proto-
actual. Wait, it's not a like a documentary. It's an actual film.
It's a biopic. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was telling Protomax, I really hope they
How
change.
could you even? What are you going to talk about that would like?
Wait, but Oprah's in the film. It's
no, she's just in charge of like budget. It says budget.
Okay.
So she's probably a producer. I really hope they change his death scene and they make it like a Hollywood action scene where like the cops are shooting guns and George Floyd is dodging bullets like the Matrix. And then it just so happens that a bullet hits him or something. And I hope they go all the way with it. Make this like a Bollywood.
You know what they're gonna do? Did you ever see that movie with Ryan Gosling, A Place Beyond the Pines? Do you know that movie?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Have you heard of it?
I don't even think I have.
With him and Bradley Cooper. It came out years ago. It's super good. It's like about Ryan Gosling, and it's like a 2-part film where the first part is about Ryan Gosling and he's like a criminal trying to support his family. And then he gets caught. And then the part 2 is like the aftermath of that. I could see like this film is going to be like that. It's going to be like his life up until that moment. And then like everything that happened afterwards.
Do you think that's what this movie's going to be like?
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously, they're going to take liberties with everything.
You have to. Like, what kind of life does he have that's even, like, going to be an hour or so? Like, I don't know. I think maybe what they'll do is, like, he used to be a junkie or whatever, and he had a past, and then I guess he joined some Christian organization or whatever that he was taking care of, like, junkies. I think that's what happened apparently from the documentary I watched.
I'm predicting what they're gonna do is, and by the way, we know the actual story is that he was literally on drugs when he died. There's literally video of him swallowing pills and shit. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna portray his drug addiction as like he struggled with drug addiction, but he got clean. They're gonna portray it as if first of all, they're gonna portray it as if he was clean when he died. You already know that. So they're going to do we're going to get videos or parts of the movie of him doing drugs and fighting to stay clean. They're going to portray it that way. It's going to be like, like when Steven Tyler quits drugs or like when Nikki Sixx quits drugs. Like it's, they're going to try to portray it that way. What's funny is that his family is involved in the production of this. And I've talked about this before, how his family didn't fuck with him until he died. And they started making money off of it. Candace Owens covered it. Candace Owens actually went to his house where he lived and talked to his roommates who were his closest friends. And they all told Candace Owens, his family didn't fuck with him. They didn't call him. They didn't like him. They didn't give a shit about him. And she said that after he died and the news got involved, his family showed up and collected all of his shit. And all of a sudden his family loved him and they were big supporters of him and blah, blah, blah. So they're one of those families,
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked when Gosling's character died. I might have to check this movie out because I like Ryan Gosling.
It's so good. It's about so who's he married to? Do you know?
I don't know, but she doesn't deserve him.
Well, the woman that he is married to, he met her on this film. They were lovers in the film.
Okay.
And basically, it's super famous Latina actress. I forget her name.
Eva Mendes. She does deserve him.
Yeah, they're married. They met on this film. He plays like I don't know what to describe it. He's like a biker that's like a part of like a circus act, and he comes to this small town and he meets her. Anyways, like she gets pregnant, and he eventually finds out, and she has a by the time he finds out, she has like a different husband, and he's like, "Wait, that's my kid. I want to raise the kid." So he stays in town and he tries to figure out how to get a job, but he doesn't really have many skills because he's been in like a part of a circus act. So he starts robbing all of the local banks to get money for his kid. And then he eventually gets caught. And then the rest of the movie is like about what happens. It's so good. It's one of my favorite films.
Did you know that in 2000, Ryan Gosling released a solo album
I
titled
did.
I didn't know this. It's titled Angel with Tattooed Wings, and tattooed is spelled incorrectly.
Yeah, no, I knew he did that. Kind of like how what's
I
his
never knew
name
this.
from Twilight released an album.
I knew Robert Pattinson had an album.
Yeah.
I didn't know that song in Twilight was Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
The song that plays during the big fight, is it?
Yeah, or it sounds like he's like moaning throughout the song.
Robert
It
Pattinson
does.
is the man. It's funny, we talked about Kristen Stewart last night and
Yeah, that's it. He was a stunt writer.
how she's kind of
Yeah.
a retarded whore. What else did we have?
Well, I've got a story if we've got nothing else.
Do that. If we get into it, we can get into the Minnesota thing, but what's your story first?
Okay, so LA stories. So this just happened the other day. Let's unpack this. So on Saturday, I get a random DM from somebody that I haven't seen since high school. I had this friend in high school. I'm just going to say names. His name was Aaron, and he back in high school he hung out with like the drug addicts.
Fuck you,
But
Aaron.
like we hung out like yeah he was cool, but haven't seen him in almost what 15 years now. Anyways, I get a DM the other day from him. I didn't know he was following me, and it was like, "Hey Annie, not sure if you remember me, but my family has been abusing me and I need help." So I'm
What
looking at
the
this.
fuck?
I'm okay by the like, and he was older than me. Like when I was a freshman, he was a senior. So this guy is definitely like 35, 36 by now. And so I'm reading this and I'm thinking like this has got to be like a scam, because like sometimes like people get their accounts hacked
hacked?
and then like they get those messages. So I'm reading that and I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." So I delete the message. So last night, um I'm like, "You know what? Let me check something." So I go and I look at his profile and it's actually not a scam. And he had like uploaded all of these screenshots of like text messages between him and his family, and he's trying to say that like his family have blocked him and cut him off, and he has no money and no food and he's homeless now. And in all the screenshots he's like, "Why are you guys cutting me off?" And like it was very strange. He's like, or they're saying like, "Aaron, you need to stop using AI. Like you need to stop using AI." And he was like,
What?
I promise I'll stop using AI if you could give me some money for food." And then like he's like posting all these pictures. He's like, "I need you guys to help me. Like I'm in a bleeding crisis." And for some reason, like something happened to like his back, and he starts uploading pictures of like bloody sheets. And he's like, "My parents won't help me." And like all these responses from the family were like, "You're a grown man. You need to start helping yourself. We can only give you so much." And he's like, "No, you need to give me money. I'm in a bleeding crisis." And then he's like, "Because you guys haven't given me money, I've only been able to eat rice for the past 10 days, and now I have hemorrhoids and I'm bleeding even more." And
From
so he's
eating
like
rice?
posting, yeah. So he's posting like all these texts. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, there's usually two sides of a story. Like this is clearly someone that must be on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Because I'm like, who else does this? Because why would an entire family block a single person? Like there has to be a reason. And I'm also thinking like you're 35 plus. In none of these messages are you showing that you're willing to like get a job. Why do you need your family to consistently give you money? Because he's also posting pictures of himself like walking around with all of his belongings saying that he's homeless now. So I'm like, okay, you're clearly able-bodied to like do something. But I just thought like this must be like somebody that's on drugs and is like trying to create a case that's not there.
So
yeah, it's called speed. That's what the drug is. It's called speed.
Obviously, he's on drugs.
So that's interesting that you say that because he said in one of the texts, it was just like, why did you tell my doctors to cut me off? Like I need my ADHD meds or something like that. And then they were like, we know all about your meds, Aaron, but you don't need any more. We can't help you. You need to help yourself. So, isn't like Adderall kind of like
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about the AI. It sounds like he's probably using AI voices and having them call his parents and say, "Your son is being held hostage and he needs $4,000." I guarantee you, that's what they're talking about.
$4,000.
No, that's what I was confused because why were the entire family in the text saying you need to stop using AI? And then he's pleading like, I promise I'll stop using it if you give me money for food. I'm like, wait, I need to know the backstory.
You're good.
Yeah, because like from what
you know what? It's like, bro, take whatever money you're getting, get like fucking a bunch of ramen. It's $2 for like 7 of them. You'll be fine.
What I was also grasping was like he had been living at home and they kicked him out. So which shows like I think he was probably doing drugs, not working. And maybe he was just, I don't know, having a relationship with AI all day. I don't know.
Let's bring him on the show.
No, I
get his opinion.
I guarantee you he's using AI voices to try to scam his parents out of money. He's probably doing the AI voices saying, "We have your son being held hostage. We need $1,000." What I want you to do is message him and say, "Hey, Aaron, if you meet me at such and such location, I can loan you $1,000. And when you show up and meet him, pull out your phone and just point and laugh at him and then bring us the video."
I just don't even want to, I don't know. I didn't.
Did you respond?
Let him follow me. No, I was like, oh God, I don't want to be a part of that because I'm like, the guy's almost 40 years old. I'm like, come on, like you're almost 40 years old and you're angry that your family won't give you money. Like you should,
come on.
You need a fucking job.
He's 1,000,000% on drugs.
He must be. I mean, he was on drugs in high school, so
He's definitely on drugs now.
He's still on them now. But the whole AI thing threw me off. I'm like, wait, why are the parents like, we'll give you money if you stop using AI?
Yeah, he's definitely using AI to try and scam his parents out of money.
That's crazy. Like, because I'm thinking, like, what are the different options? Like, maybe he is dating an AI robot and he's always on the phone with her, like obsessing. I mean, I also had this idea, like, what if he's spending all of his money on different like AI platforms? So it's like, what is it, like $20-$30 a month per each one, if not more? So maybe he's racking up all the money he's getting from them on different AI.
Dix Insider right here. This is what you should do. DM his family.
I know, right?
Be like, hey, Aaron.
I don't know how to reach them.
We'll just say, hey, Aaron messaged me asking for money. I just want to know if you guys could tell me why he would do that. And usually his parents they're probably so sick of him that they'll tell you immediately. Like, oh yeah, that fucking retard. He keeps using AI to try and scam us. And
yeah, because like he posted a story like an hour ago, and then his aunt. I don't know why he's posting everything. He thinks he's like creating a case for himself by saying like, oh, my family won't help me. But all I'm seeing is that like you're crazy and the family doesn't want to have anything to do with you because he posted something. Yeah.
I was just gonna say a lot of drug addicts will you're just not thinking straight. So he legitimately thinks that he is in the right, and he is presenting his case to the public and saying, look how cruel my family is being. And he really thinks that people are going to be like, oh my God, you poor thing. How could your mom not give you money for meth? Or,
Yeah, at 40.
Yeah. So yeah, no, they legitimate that. I used to have a dealer like this, the one that tried to do a GoFundMe, claiming that he had cancer, but he forgot the C and spelled it Caner. Dixon Cider would know exactly who I'm talking about. I think he's dead now. I'm trying to think about the best way to say his name without saying it out loud.
Cancer?
Yeah. So he at one point was out of money. He used to steal money from his dad, so I don't know what happened, but yeah, he started a GoFundMe, and he tried to say he has cancer, but in the title of the GoFundMe, he spelled it, I have Caner, because he forgot the second C. Dixon Cider, if you don't immediately know who I'm talking about, I will just go ahead and say the name. It starts with a P, and it ends with an atric, so do what you will with that. I think he's dead now. I could be wrong, but I've seen a comment saying that he's dead now.
Can't you go in and like edit those titles?
Patrizzi 420. Yep. Dixon Cider always knows the lore, dude.
But yeah, so anyways, so this guy Aaron, he posted a story. I was looking at it earlier, and it was like a text thread between him and his aunt, and his aunt was like, "Can you please stop harassing grandma and grandpa? Like I blocked you on their phones because you keep asking them for money."
Have you guys heard that song about the granny getting hit by a bazooka yet?
No.
Oh, it's like the best thing. I hope I can get that on the soundboard at some point. I can't imagine that it's copyrighted. There's this viral song going around right now, this rapper, and it's rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. Man, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. It's a genius fucking song. I don't know. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. But anyways, that's what it made me think of when you said, "Can you stop harassing grandma and grandpa?" I had to block them on your phones. Oh, that's crazy. I was going to ask about him. I heard he was dead too, but I can't. Any info on it? Yeah, no. I've seen one comment that says he is dead, and it's somebody I know, the person who left the comment, and they would know. But what's sad about it is that I can't see anything else about it. Usually when somebody from our town dies, you get a bunch of RIP posts on their Facebook page. But the guy me and Dixon Cider were talking about was at such a point in his life where everybody was kind of sick of him. And it's like, I hate to say, like, it's sad. He used to, when me and my ex-girlfriend would go over to buy drugs, he would literally force us to hang out with him. Like, he would say, I'll only sell you this heroin if you hang out with me for 30 minutes.
What the fuck?
And so we would hang out with him for 30 minutes, but he would pass out on Xanax the whole time. And then when he would wake up, he'd say, no, it has not been 30 minutes. And we'd say, no, brother, we literally set a fucking timer because we're so sick of your shit. We want to get out of here. Like, that's the point he was at in his life. So there's nothing on his Facebook page about if he's dead or not. But I think he is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He was always one of those heroin and Xanax people, which is
that sounds fucking awful, dude. What?
Yeah, that's one of those combinations where you're gonna die sooner or later.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Yeah, Aaron, we got to get Aaron on the channel. We should get his grandparents on the channel.
I don't know. It seems like his whole family have blocked him, so we won't be able to find the family.
Well, just hit him up and just say, hey, let me talk to your parents so I can convince them to give you money, and then he'll give you his parents.
Oh God, yeah. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's so creepy. Grandma blocked you.
You know he was going to ask you for money too.
Well, yeah, that's what the text said. It said, "Can you give me some money?"
My family's abusing me. I haven't talked to you in 15 years. I need some money.
I'm like, no. I legitimately thought that it was like a scam. I mean, I guess it kind of is. It's just coming from him.
That's how you know it's bad too. No matter how bad I was when I was on drugs, I would ask certain members of my family for money. But if they told me no, I would never cry about it and say they were abusing me. But I would never hit up like a person I went to high school with 10 years ago and just say, hey, can you give me money? Like, Never. I had
Or trauma
limits.
dump like that. That's insane.
Yeah, like I would lay in bed and die before I just like hit up some random girl I went to high school with 10 years ago before posted on Dixon 411 getting blasted for stealing from a convenience store there. Oh wait, who did? What?
That guy?
Yeah,
You were
Dixon
talking
Snyder,
about?
are you saying Patrice did this, or are you saying you did this? Did you steal from a convenience store? I'm kidding. I doubt you stole from a convenience store. But is this a recent post? The best post ever on the Dixon 411 Facebook page. It was years ago. I wish I still had the screenshot, but some old lady posted and she was like, the street that I live on, there's usually kids outside playing and cars just speed by here so fast. You guys need to slow down because you're gonna hit a kid. Just I'm not even kidding. She goes, just last week, somebody hit a kid on a bike, and then in parentheses she goes, it was me, and then goes on with the rest of the post.
Do you think that was a real
no.
lady, or is that just kind of like someone fucking around?
No, it was real shit. I can find it if I go through my Instagram story like memories. I know I could find it, but it would just take me a little bit of digging. But yeah, just casually confess to hitting a kid on a bike and then lectures everybody about how they need to slow down when they drive. Oh, you're saying Patrice posted on Dixon 411 and then got blasted for stealing from a convenience store. When did he? How could he ever pull off stealing from a convenience? Oh no, okay, we're probably talking about like
why?
he snags a bag of candy and walks out.
So we spoke about this the other day, but why is this just reiterating that everyone from high school, you're either doing okay, you're on drugs, you're fucked up, or you're fat. It's like one of those. Seriously, it's just one of those. There's nobody doing amazing. You're either okay or you're fucked up, on drugs, or fat. That's what I've seen.
There is a girl from my high school who is married to an NFL player. So there's
Okay,
one.
well, there's one.
One of my crushes back in the day. I'm pissed that she married a fucking NFL player. He's like a backup player. He's a bench warmer, so fuck him. Dixon Sider would also know who I'm talking about too. I actually am curious if just by that lore will he know who I'm talking about. If not, I'll give another clue. But yeah, that is true. Definitely like 50% of girls you went to high school with, they get fat immediately after we graduate too.
This must be some like suburban small town stuff because it's not like that in New York at all.
Girls
I
balloon
mean,
up quick after high school.
I was saying that I went out with some friends over the weekend, and I bumped into people I hadn't seen since high school, and I didn't even recognize them. They were so fat. I just was like, no. And so, and then I've noticed that this is like a theme, that there's so many people I know now from back then that are literally homeless, or they're on drugs,
Homeless,
or
yeah.
or they have just given up entirely and don't care about themselves. I don't know.
Dixon Sider, I don't know if he is a tight end. Let me see. He is. God, fuck this guy, dude. So this girl that I had a crush on, she was a grade below us, just fucking gorgeous. Okay, yes, Dixon Sider knows who I'm talking about. Name starts with a Y. Just gorgeous, like 10 out of 10, always smiling, just like the most beautiful soul you could ever know. I had her in math class one year, and my band, Champagne Girls, we played a show in town, and this was when there was this company called Caliber TV. They film live shows in the Sacramento area, but they were new at the time, so they were still working with small local bands. And a lost piece of my old band's lore that I wish didn't get deleted, but it got deleted because that fat motherfucker that runs Caliber deleted it and told me, sorry, we deleted it. We did an interview. We probably did like a 15 to 20-minute interview with these guys on camera, me and my band. They interviewed us. And in the middle of the interview, I confessed my I'm drunk and I'm halfway joking, but I am serious. I confessed my love, I'll put in quotes. I told the girl whose name starts with a Y. I was like, oh yeah, I've got a crush on this fucking girl. We went to high school together. I really want to, hit her up, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm not even kidding. Like next week, the bass player of my band shows her that video, and then he starts hooking up with her. And I was like, brother, are you that's how me and my band, that's the best way to explain the brotherhood rivalry between me and bandmates was like, we'll take a video of you saying you have a crush on a girl and we'll use it to go hang out with this girl. Yeah, she was very nice. One of those girls who was just perfect inside and out. And yeah, she married a football player and I fucking hate her. I fucking hate everything about her and that guy.
And they're still married?
I don't know. They have a kid. I'm sure they are married. I also think is he black? No, he's not black. He looks like he's like half black. I don't know. I can't tell. But anyways, love of my life for a while. But what are you gonna do? Sometimes they grow up and they don't get fat and they marry football players. But this is why I need you guys to help. We need the YouTube channel to get big so I can fucking hit her up and say, hey, your guy is a fucking bench warmer sitting on his ass all day, but I'm here with a fucking YouTube channel that's doing well. And I would hit her up too. I'm telling you guys, if the channel ever even hits like 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to start acting like I have 1 million subscribers once I have 10,000 subscribers. That's because that's the way you got to keep it going. But you can't do it when you only have like, what do we have, like 6? I think we're almost at 7.
Yeah,
we're 697. Every time I upload a short, I've noticed I usually gain 1 or 2 subscribers from the shorts. So I need to continue uploading shorts.
Because it's not controversial enough. That's why.
Yeah, no, lately I've just been talking about movies, which have been working. It's hard to know.
It's like you have to really talk about like politics and race and, you know.
Well, I don't want to talk about politics. Is the thing.
What I'm saying is that's what it is. Like today, you got to talk about the craziest shit, have the craziest people on in a podcast environment. You got to do that, you know.
That's the thing, though. I don't want to do politics. In my goal, let's say if we fast forward from now, we've got 100,000 subscribers on the channel. My goal is once we're that popular, I really never want to talk about politics again, except for, you know, like we can make fun of things here and there. But like how yesterday me and Protomax talked about the Venezuela thing for like 20 minutes and we like got into it. Like, I don't want to do that. By the time we get like 100,000 subscribers, what I plan on happening is, you know, we'll be popular. People will care about us as people and characters by then. And then we can spend more time talking about, you know, the story about Aaron that Annie just told, you know, that would keep us going for like an hour or whatever. And I also want to, you know, I would like to get some other people on eventually that like we could argue with or something. The only people who would be like immune from getting shit talked to would be like you guys. I can't talk. And Protomax, because you guys are like OGs. You know, like if you watch Howard Stern, him and Robin were kind of like the two. They could talk shit to each other, but no one. But they talk down to everyone else. I want people that we can talk down to, basically.
So it says that 5 people are watching, but nobody's commenting.
Yeah, Dixon Cider is here. The other 5 are lurking in the shadows. Now it's dropped to 3 on my end. But either way, if you are here,
forward.
No, Triple E is probably one of them. Triple E usually watches while he's at work, from what I remember. Triple E, don't worry if it is you. Don't worry, you don't have to say anything. I'm sure you're working. I think the other one is probably the girl whose name starts with a Y. She's probably secretly in love with me, and she is tired of her NFL husband, and she actually wants me. But just to let you know, girl whose name starts with a Y, I'm not interested in mud sharks who have half black babies. So get the fuck out of my chat.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
I don't want you here.
Hey, I'm logging out of here, man. I'm sorry.
Your screen's not even on. No one even knows. No one even knows that I could be being racist.
Where is your camera?
Huh? I actually think it's kind of cool this way. You know what we should do? If I wish we would have done this before. If you were gonna have the black screen, we should have just cut your screen off and done you audio only.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we can't see you.
Oh, your screen's been black this whole time.
Did you not know that?
No, it hasn't. Fuck off.
Yeah, it has. We haven't been able to see you.
No, that would be black.
No. Okay, turn your thing back on, and I'll literally show you right now.
Yeah, we can't see you.
I know this is going to come out some kind of joke.
No, look, I'm gonna hold my phone up. Look, I'm holding my phone up.
That's literally what we've been watching.
Oh, no way.
That's the live stream.
Or is that a screen? That's a screenshot.
No, it's not. Look, we're moving.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, see, Triple E. He's in the chat. What's up, man? Oh, now you're on.
So this whole time has been dark?
Yeah, we thought you knew.
What? Why didn't you say anything? What the?
Well, we just assumed you knew.
We just thought you knew.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. That this whole time it's been black, bro. Like,
so what I was gonna say, because you had some technical difficulties when we first got on, so I thought you just kind of already, I don't know, I thought you turned your camera off, honestly. So I was gonna say, if you were gonna stay all black like that, I should have done it like this to where you're off, but we can still hear audio, you know?
No, you could have just. What the fuck? This is wild, dude. All you had to do was just text me or something. Like, I don't know.
Let me turn you back on. I did text you actually.
Really?
Let me see.
Let me see. Oh yeah, you did. Haven't been reading my.
Oh yeah. Literally at 6:04, I said try jumping off and back on if you need to. Your screen is black too, unless you meant it to be like that.
Oh no,
we're good.
I just saw that. That's crazy, bro.
It's no big deal though. Yeah. See, look, Dixon Cider's got you. Johnny pulling at John Cena right now.
That's wild. Okay.
So I messaged Tim, our old vampire friend.
Pedophile vampire.
And because I told you, I think last time that I saw that he wasn't with the vampire girlfriend anymore, and he was doing like vampire screamo music or something like that. So I sent him a message. Haven't spoken to him in almost a year, and I said, "Hey Tim, I hope you're doing okay. I see you're doing X, Y, and Z." You know, and then he responded after like a week, and he was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm doing the screamo thing. I love it." And then I said, "How's that going?" And then he just didn't answer. So that's all I got. But he's doing, what is it? Transylvanian vampiric screamo music.
Very edgy. Woo!
Yeah.
You should tell him, you should message him again and say, look, I'm very in love with you, actually, and I want you to send me pictures of your wiener, and then bring him to the stream.
He'd probably be very excited.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's
then
not,
he would come back. He would come on as Jenny again.
Fucking
okay. Speaking of Transylvania, what do you guys think about that kid that went with some friends, and they went, I guess they were hiking up to the mountain, and then the friend went in and then he disappeared.
When was this?
I don't know that story.
I think it was like last year. And like the real vampire, whatever the fuck, house over there in that area. The friends, they all went hiking, and then one of the kids wanted to actually go. And they were saying, "Don't trespass, don't blah blah blah." And the other friends went back, and so the kid actually went, and then they never saw him again.
I do not know that story.
In the mountains, I know people go missing in the mountains all the time.
Well, the mountains, but he actually, like, they walked through the mountains until they got to that part of the house. Like, maybe he died, but people are just saying, obviously, it's, you know, some like folklore behind it.
I think when it comes to like missing cases, like in nature, I think I talked about this. Do people think like some crazy stuff happened, or do people just say he probably got lost in nature? Because I think that
people are saying that it's a vampire. So people are saying that this stuff is actually real, because it's like a huge thing on social media. I don't know if you've seen it, where people are saying like vampires are real and all this other stuff. So
I think people go missing out in nature a lot, and I think people just kind of underestimate nature. Like,
yeah,
you know, nature is a very vicious serial killer, really, and you know, someone goes missing in the mountains or the woods, and people like to think, oh, maybe someone got them, or maybe it was a vampire. And then they'll always come out with these facts like, oh, a bear wouldn't eat bones. And it's like, brother, maybe, but like if a bear wants to eat bones, a bear will fucking eat bones or hair. Like
that's the thing. So it's like they've been searching for him, and then they went, and then the authorities went inside the castle, quote unquote, and they couldn't find anything. So they found his book bag. They found some other stuff he had. It was like right before you go inside, and then they don't know where he is.
Dude, I know
weird?
that.
Is that not strange? I mean, I don't know.
No, yeah, of course it is weird. I mean, people going missing is like one of the weirdest things at all. Yeah, lots of people that go missing in national parks. Missing persons cases are like the most interesting. Like somebody dropping off the face of the earth. I know there is this girl that messaged me at like 4 asking me what I was doing later. And I basically told her after this, I'm doing nothing, but she has not replied. I'm kind of pissed about it. I was hoping she was going to tell me to come through and get some, but no, I don't think that's going to happen. I've been off my game lately anyways for a couple of years.
When's the last time you've been laid?
It's definitely been a long time. The last time I talked about it actually was on stream.
Wasn't it weren't you seeing that like girl that had like a boyfriend and you were like, she's super mid, but she is there?
Yeah. And she doesn't know how to cheat properly, and she basically told her boyfriend like where we were. Yes. Not where we were, but what town we were in.
I remember that. She just told him. And you were like, what?
It's this girl that I've had a recurring thing with for a while now. And it's been a long time, but the first time we went through like a thing, she was very good looking, and then she put on some weight. But that did not stop me last time because I was like, well, fuck it. No, I got nothing else to do. But then, yeah, that was the time that her boyfriend kept calling her. And she didn't, yeah, she told him what town we were in, not where we were at. But I was like, dude, you realize like your boyfriend's going to drive through this town and like look for your car. Like, I'm like, you're fucking retarded. I kicked her out of the room we were in. I said, get the fuck out. I'll put my feet up the rest of the night and I'll enjoy this peace and quiet to myself. But yeah, no, people that are going to cheat and like don't know how to have affairs properly is like the worst thing in the world.
So, that Jax the Ripper guy.
Yeah, I'm never going to have him on. We're never going to do an interview.
I feel like the longer I follow him, I'm just kind of over it. Like it just.
What the hell is this Jax the Ripper? What is this?
He does do a lot of talking. And look, I like the guy. He's a horror writer. I think he's written a book, maybe 2. He's got a big following, like over 700,000 people on Instagram.
But the whole like him saying, "Oh, I'm starting a cult."
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like it's like a Patreon.
Yeah, it's going to be a Discord. It's going to be a Discord. On the TikTok, he was literally trying to talk about like getting a piece of property, like Manson Ranch style, and I'm like, no, you're not, brother.
But like. Where is he getting this money to like shoot all these scenes to make him seem like he has money?
Yeah, he's obviously got money because he does do those little short form videos that he makes are really good. Like,
yeah,
I definitely think he uses AI. Remember that video of him outside of a burning house where he basically said that he set his ex-girlfriend's house on fire? That's either AI or he green screened himself onto a There was a video where it looked like he pulled a fire alarm inside a hotel.
Yeah.
You know, that has to be some kind of editing. People are really retarded. I'm not even kidding. His TikTok live, literally half of chat is, so do you really kill people? Have you really killed people? Like, people really think that shit's real. And I'm like,
oh, wow. You
guys really think the serial killer is on TikTok live right now? Like, it's a fucking ARG. Okay. Like, but he wants people to take that serious. That's part of the reason I would be nervous to interview him, is because I've seen him talk to some of the people on YouTube and he literally will go, oh yeah, so you know, me as a psychopath, when I watch this, I'm like, brother, I know you're not a fucking psychopath. I know this is a thing that you're doing and I respect it. But if I was going to interview him, you know, I want to talk about horror movies. And, you know, I think he is somewhat of an important person in horror because he's got a big following and he's a fucking Nick Fuentes guy. And you know how horror is so fucking left wing and faggot nowadays. He's managed to build a big following of horror fans while being a fucking, you know, a Nick Fuentes type of guy, which is like unheard of in horror nowadays. I mean, the guy straight up talks about like Hitler was right and everybody else, you know, we were wrong. We fought, you know, he's one of those guys. Oh, we fought on the wrong side.
And apparently he's like a self-acclaimed racist, right?
Nick Fuentes or Jax the Ripper?
Well, no, I mean, Nick Fuentes, obviously, he's a little faggot too. But like, I'm talking about like Jax the Ripper. He says
No, I've never heard him say anything about.
Yeah, because it was like so what I'm looking at his page. I've never heard of this guy before, and it's like there's a video. It's a response video to someone saying like, "How are you a racist?" or whatever, and then he's kind of like, "Oh, I'll explain it to you." And then there's one where it's like, "No one's illegal on stolen land," and he's like, "Listen, run the fade and take it back or shut up." And it's kind of like, oh, so it's kind of one of those Nordic, I guess, racial cult things. I don't know.
Oh no, while we're talking about this, I am gonna pull up a clip from something that we talked about earlier in the stream because I just found this. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, regardless, what I'm saying is he's an important character because he's built up a horror following while having beliefs like that. But I'm never gonna be able to get him on because I keep trying to interview him, and the only way he wants to interview is he wants to treat me like a fucking weenie, and he wants me to show up in his TikTok live chat. And then he wants to bring me on screen down in the tiny little corner to ask him questions like I'm a fanboy. And then, I'm not trying to do that. He doesn't even read my messages. Like I said, last time I messaged him, I learned pretty quickly, like, you're not even reading my messages. You're just saying, let's do it on TikTok tomorrow. And then streaming on TikTok like I'm just supposed to be there. Like I'm supposed to know what you're talking about. So probably won't get to interview him. Really quick though, what I was gonna pull up completely out of the blue, I didn't notice TMZ posted this an hour ago, so we were on here.
Lately, like in the news lately, like this is one of the craziest catfishing stories I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
You've had your Instagram taken down recently. I was surprised when I went to search you weren't on there.
I thought it was weird. Yeah, the timing is a little weird. It's not just one; it's both of my Instagrams. I can understand. I've gotten taken down before. One of them. But the other one, it's a little suspicious. I have to subpoena Snapchat now to get the metadata, to get the IP address, to get all this stuff because she will not let it go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to subpoena all that, get the IP address, because if that's what a guilty person has to do, I guess I have to do that and post about it.
Right. So you're going to go as far as it takes to prove that the person behind that account wasn't you.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena all the metadata because it's clearly an imposter. That's my right. That's what my lawyer said. It's my right. They subpoena all the metadata and they get all of it and they find the IP address and we'll finally find out who it really is. So
because she's sure it's you.
I don't understand why. It's so obvious it's not me. I want to be left alone. She's literally bothering me constantly about it.
Tommy Lee, he actually has commented on it as well, saying that the idiot you need to let it go. You need to be the one that lets it go and stop stalking my wife's replies on video.
Well, Tommy, I have a bunch of fans too, so they send me stuff and they sent me her bringing it up again and saying that I have all these different phone numbers. I have to respond to that. I don't want people thinking that it's me. I don't understand. It's like I'm taking crazy pills at this point. I swear to God, dude, I'm not kidding. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. It's crazy.
This could be like a Netflix documentary.
Maybe it should.
Would you be down for Neve Schulman and Catfish to investigate this?
Dude, I would be down for anybody that has any access to this account that can get the IP that can literally prove who this is. If you're out there and you know what you're doing, let's go. Before the subpoena gets here, after the subpoena gets here, when the subpoena gets here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to literally email all the metadata to Tommy Lee so he can go over it and he can look at it all. And you know what? You find anything weird, post it. I implore all of you to post it all. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so Neve, if you're out there, bring Catfish back just for me. That'd make me feel really good. So Neve, if you're out there, wake up. Let's get this going. Let's go. Figure this shit out because I'm tired of hearing about it straight up.
In the news lately.
Okay, so when he first brought this up the other day, I immediately commented and I was like, I bet you this is like the film Catfish where it all turns out to be her.
Totally.
That would be awesome, actually. She was cheating on her with herself. Brittany Furlan is going to look real fucking retarded when this is all said and done because what's going to be awesome is when we finally do figure out who the original Catfish was, it's just going to be like some 15-year-old boy in Thailand or something. Brittany Furlan was going to be getting caught sending what if she sent nudes to this fucking Snapchat or something to me this is like I said, Ronnie W, because he's literally now he's the one who is yeah, we'll go the legal route. Like, we will actually subpoena real metadata and, like, you know, figure shit out. Brittany Furlan's not doing that because she knows.
Because she knows. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows she got catfish. She's just trying to save face as much as possible. And yeah, Tommy Lee, like, he's the one I feel the most bad for. He's the one that's getting cucked the hardest in all this. You know, like I said, Brittany Furlan is, you have to consider what she's arguing for. What Brittany Furlan is arguing for is, yes, it was really Ronnie, and I was cheating on my husband with Ronnie. Like, that is what she is arguing for. That's how low.
Correct. That is insane. I'm like, dude, I would shut the fuck up, because do you understand? No matter what you do, you are still a cheater. Period. That's it. Like, there's nothing you can say to change the narrative. So, like, I don't understand. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous to me.
Brittany Furlan is hot as shit, I will have to admit. It's funny, Ronnie called her ugly. In one of his videos, Ronnie was like...
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, Ronnie was like, look, I didn't want to say it because I wanted to be nice. You know, I like Tommy Lee, but Brittany, you're ugly. You're not even my type. He like made fun of her jaw and said she got some fucked up looking jaw. I was like, dude, I'd plow the shit out of Brittany Furlan. But yeah, it would be funny if it was Franz from Attila. That would be something that would happen back in like the AP magazine days. You know, it'd be like the Brian Stars, Christopher Giroux beef. Next page would be Franz and Ronnie. Franz was catfishing girls under the name of Ronnie Radke. No, the world's not that good nowadays, but Ronnie Radke is one of the only real rock stars today. He's on TMZ. You know, straight up being interviewed by TMZ.
Sort of. I'll take it.
There are some, I do have a tweet from TMZ, or no, from Rock Feed from earlier. I guess Youngblood responded to all the accusations of him being an industry plant. And of course, Youngblood, being cringe as ever, he responded saying, I planted, what did he say? He said, I planted the fucking plant myself. Fucking cool guy, Youngblood. Youngblood is totally an industry plant, I think. If not an industry plant.
Of course he is, because his dad knew all of the fucking rock bands in the time. People don't say that his dad used to sell guitars to people like Slash and all the great guitarists in the rock industry. So of course he is. And he also was a fucking nerd in Disney Channel too. So,
yeah, he's a Disney... He's a child Disney actor. Like, if he's not a plant, he is at least a guy that the entire industry has gotten behind, and that's the opposite of rock and roll. Rock and roll is MTV refuses to play your music video until they finally say, okay, fuck you guys, we'll play it one night at 2 a.m. And then so many motherfuckers watch that showing at 2 a.m. that they call MTV so much that their phone boards catch on fire. Like, that's rock and roll, not Youngblood, who the entire machine is behind right now. And yeah,
I'll take it.
I don't care about the Ozzy endorsement. I saw somebody in comments finally saying, somebody was like, yeah, but Ozzy Osbourne endorsed him. And somebody was like, bro, Ozzy was fucking comatose the last 10 years of his life. That guy was a fucking old, like, Alzheimer's patient. You're going to take his. And I was like, sorry, like, I agree. I'm, you know, all respect to Ozzy. But like I said, I think the whole Ozzy thing is just publicity. I'm sure he met Youngblood, and I'm sure he liked him and they got along. But I guarantee you, Sharon got in there and said, "Hey, Youngblood is young and relevant. You know, you're old and not. You should attach your name to him." And so they did this whole. It's all for the camera. People really act like celebrities don't do stuff for the cameras. Like, they'll be like, "Oh, Ozzy and Youngblood were really having butt sex behind the scenes because they loved each other." It's like, no, brother, they're doing this shit on camera because it's good publicity. Like, oh yeah, we're two Brits, like, playing it up for, but people just believe every fucking thing celebrities do and say. Same thing with like the politics, like when celebrities are like, oh yeah, you need to vote for this. It's like, bro, they don't give a fuck who wins the election. They can afford gas no matter what. Like, people are just, I fucking hate people.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it, dude. Oh, good.
No, I was going to say I have to go. My time is up, but you guys can continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If that's okay.
I'll go until 8. Yeah, you can get out whenever.
All right, I will see you guys next week.
All right, later.
Okay, bye.
Fucking industry plant. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with Youngblood is, you know, I'll take it because, I mean, it is nothing else better out there, meaning like mainstream wise. I think, to me, I see Youngblood as a I don't want to compare him to the Rolling Stones, but like, you know, you have the Rolling Stones and you have the Beatles. So I think, is there going to be any rock star that's going to come out like the Beatles, where they actually are not mama's boys that like the industry just push like the Rolling Stones were? And I love the Rolling Stones, but like, I think we need someone. I think Youngblood is setting up that like ground where he's bringing rock and roll from the background to the mainstream, and now we're gonna have somebody. I don't know. I hope so. This is what I'm hoping. That's like the Beatles, where they actually are from the street. Like, and if they're from London, like they actually played in clubs. They actually played and they proved themselves. Um, and I think we need that person to come up now. And thanks to Youngblood, he's kind of bringing rock into the mainstream. But what I don't like Youngblood is because of this. Like, let's put the industry plan, all that aside. Is this just him and the Steven Tyler Idols thing? Is this just for now, or is he gonna move on? You know what I mean? Is he gonna go back to making the shitty music he made before that was like pussy? It's not rock and roll.
I think so. Really quick, Dick's Insider. Yeah, Steven Tyler likes him. He did a song with Aerosmith. He just did a song with Smashing Pumpkins recently, too, just the other day. They released a song. All of the old rock and roll guys like him. And that's what I kind of keep saying, is that, of course they do, because he's young and relevant. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Billy Corgan and Youngblood get along just fine personally, but I don't buy into the whole idea of them, you know, being like in love, because it's like, of course, Billy Corgan wants to do a song with Youngblood. He is young and relevant. Billy Corgan, if you go look at all of, if you go to like Apple Music and look up Smashing Pumpkins and you look at the top 8 popular songs, every single song is from Melancholy and Siamese Dream. And now their 8th most popular song is Zombie featuring Youngblood. So it's like, yeah, they of course want to attach themselves, because you're not going to convince me that Steven Tyler sits around and listens to Youngblood.
Of course he doesn't.
You're not. Steven Tyler is listening to stuff that came out from the 50s up through the 70s. Yes. You know, maybe some 80s. Like Billy Corgan is listening to stuff that came out in the 60s and the 70s. Like, these guys are not actually sitting around listening to Youngblood in their spare time more than they need to realize that, you know, like Billy Corgan, I'm sure, had to listen to him a little bit to write a song with him. But yeah, I don't believe that, you know, that Ozzy was like a huge diehard Youngblood fan. No, it's all these old guys who, let's be real, as much as we love them, they're irrelevant. They haven't sold millions of records since, you know, the 90s at the earliest or whatever. And so now they're trying to attach themselves to this young up and coming name who happens to be the next guy for rock music. So yeah, just like I said, I don't believe that Billy Corgan listens to Youngblood. I don't believe.
But see, that's the problem. Is he gonna make the Idols album? Like I said, after that Idols album, after this, the next album he makes, it better be fucking rock and roll, or everybody fucking sold themselves out.
Yeah, or is he gonna go right back to making?
He's gonna go back to whatever that fucking shit rap rock shit that he did. Like, bro, like, it's not. Come on, like, this is kind of what I was saying is, like you said, Ozzy, you're dying, and we need to make this your exit, this great fucking thing. If we get Youngblood involved for the next year or two, then, you know, this Back to the Beginning show could be fucking huge. I think that's maybe what they were doing.
Yeah, you know, like, I have no problem with Youngblood. Like I said, there is one song by him that I do like a lot, and that song he did with Machine Gun Kelly, who I can't fucking stand, but I do like that song. Youngblood's got a good voice. I like his singing voice. I don't like that they keep calling him the rock guy, because he's not a fucking rock guy. He's a pop musician, and that's totally fine. I like pop music. I don't happen to like Youngblood's brand of pop music, except for the 2 songs that I like. But he's not a fucking rock and roll guy. The day he releases a rock and roll album, which, you know, I'm crucial to rock music nowadays, or critical about it, because I just don't like the way it's so overproduced. You know, if Youngblood went to like a studio and they straight up got like a soundboard from like the 80s and recorded the shit on tape, like old, you know, like did a real rock and roll album, then I would listen to it and I'd say, this is awesome. I was wrong. This guy could be the next guy for rock, but he's not doing that. He hasn't done it yet. So, time will tell. But yeah, everybody is trying to get behind him. And it's like I said, there's all old, irrelevant people, coincidentally, who are trying to get behind him. And it's like, why do you think they're doing that? People believe way too much stuff the celebrities say. It's like, you guys realize they are celebrities. Like, they do things for publicity. I understand you love Steven Tyler. Yeah, I understand we all love Ozzy. We all love Billy Corgan or Steven Tyler, but they've got to get paid too. They need to make a paycheck. And if releasing a song with this young guy is going to help them, then they will do it. And they will act like they like him. They will pretend that they like him until the day they die.
Yeah, because trust me, I've tried to listen to all of Youngblood's old stuff, and I just cannot fucking do it. Like, I just can't get there. Like, I've tried so much to say, oh, well, let me try this song, and I cannot fucking do it. But it's just not good music. As far as rock and roll goes, like, I feel like it's music for like 12-year-old girls, and what they like. But I think, like I said, the only positive thing that I think is going to come out of Youngblood is that he is kind of giving rock and roll its kind of relevance. The fact that he's like, going to be at the Grammys. When we haven't seen a real rock and roll album at the Grammys in like fucking almost 20, 30 years. I think that's the positive, but I do believe that there are gonna, out of Bloodfest, I believe that there's gonna be some young up and coming, rock people, that are gonna get on the scene and be like, okay, we are the real deal.
Yeah, he's got one song. I think it's called Parents.
All that stuff, dude. I'm like, dude.
Oh my god, Parents! It's the most cringe from 2019. The most cringe thing I've ever heard.
It's like when I was 13. Sure, that was cool, but like.
So the song Parents, he kind of raps during the chorus. He sings,
Yeah.
I was born in a messed up century. My favorite flavored sweets are raspberry amphetamines. I bought a car, Beretta, age 16. I brush my teeth with bleach because I ain't got time for cavities. My daddy put a gun to my head and said, if you kiss a boy, I'm going to shoot you dead. Oh, yeah, I'm sure your dad, who was sold to rock
stars. Your dad didn't say that.
He says, so I tied him up with gaffer tape and locked him in a shed, then went out to the garden and I fucked my best friend. Oh, cool. By the way, he doesn't clarify if his best friend is a boy or a girl, but I'm sure he's implying that it's a boy. So like what happened to like the metaphor? Where's like the artistic, like, oh yeah, I fucked a dude because my dad said he was gonna shoot me if I'm gay. Like, you fucking faggot. It's so fucking cringe. Like, yeah, we get it. Okay, yeah, in 2019, bro, you're doing a song about how it's hard to be gay in the world in 2019, especially in Youngblood's world of all. Stop it, brother. And then, yeah, once you know who Youngblood's dad actually is, it's all way too try hard for me. It's like, take on an issue that's actually dangerous. Dude, I had a person, when I posted that TikTok video about how there's no danger in art nowadays because everything's been done before. And because, like I said, conservative opinion isn't really taken serious. No, nobody cares. Everyone's pushed a line so far that it's just blown wide open. Right. Somebody literally tried to comment and say, oh, the dangerous topic to take on is capitalism. No one's ever really done any critical piece on capitalism.
Well, then get off of TikTok, then.
Well, I said, brother, are you kidding me? And I literally looked up a list of movies that have anti-capitalist. Youngblood, I don't think he's gay, but he claims that he was like.
He is bisexual. I know he said he just fucks anything pretty much because he openly kissed a guy on stage. So
well, that doesn't mean anything. Rock stars have been kissing dudes on stage since. But what was I gonna say?
Capitalism.
Yeah, capitalism. This guy was trying to say that, oh, no one ever makes. He said there's not been any movies made taking on capitalism, and I was like, brother, movies have been criticizing capitalism literally since the 1930s. Like this guy again, it's just like left-wing people that still think they're the underdog, like the rebels. I'm like, bro, you can literally look up a list of anti-capitalist or movies, American movies with anti-capitalist and consumerist commentary. It's a list of movies since the 1930s. You can go on subreddits and look about this shit. Like that's like I'm like, dude, that is like the safest thing to criticize. If somebody made a movie tomorrow with anti-capitalist commentary, nobody would bat a fucking eye because it's been
there's documentaries on it on Netflix right now, which is a corporation.
Yeah.
So like what? I mean, what is like? I mean, that isn't that like a normal discussion? Like Bernie Sanders talks about it. AOC talks about it. You know, I don't think there's anything you could do. That's the thing about rock and roll where it's hard because it's like, what can you do to shock people anymore? Like, what could you do to say that create something where when you first look at the person on stage, you're kind of like, holy fuck, or the sound is just so revolutionary. And it's like, it's really hard to be rock and roll today because you kind of feel like a jackass, like, oh, look how freaking badass I am. And you're like, dude, people were doing this fucking 40 years ago out in the open. So what makes you like the cool, groundbreaking person? You
know? Prince. Oh yeah, Prince is a rock star.
Prince is definitely a rock star, especially to look like that in the black community at that time alone was like a fuck you.
Yeah, Prince is like actually one of the coolest rock stars of all time. I will also say, Dixon Cider, what I consider a rock star is a very broad term. Sabrina Carpenter is a rock star to me. Like, of course, if you want to talk about rock and roll music, then yes, we can talk about AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and Guns N' Roses. But just the term rock star, you know, Charlie XCX is a rock star. You know, a rock star could be Brad Pitt is a rock star. You know, you watch Fight Club, that guy's got rock star aura in that fucking leather jacket. I did look up Justin Harrison, Youngblood's dad. I guess in February 2012, Harrison, Youngblood's dad, and his father, so Youngblood's grandfather, they were accused of handling stolen guitars worth $170,000, and they were both charged with handling stolen goods. So apparently his dad was involved in a big stolen guitar scam, which is awesome.
Right. So it's like, so I mean, he clearly like it's such clearly a plant, dude. Because you had people that have been making good rock music that I know of for almost decade now, and they never got even a consideration at the fucking Grammys. So the fact that this guy got that means it was a clear path of, you know, throwing out all the real rock people that were coming up and saying, "Oh, this is the guy that's gonna make the money. He's safe. He's a safe rock star. He's not gonna go too far. He's gonna give you like the image that he did on the red. What is the red carpet when he like took his shirt off and started doing all that, like he's Tommy Lee or something." It's like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, he's gonna do the gay songs about how, oh, it's okay to be gay. That's the safe stuff nowadays, which is funny because they really don't see that. These people really think that it's dangerous to sing about anti-capitalism and sing about how it's so hard to be gay, and it's like,
I'm like, bro, being like gay was made cool in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like, brother, Amazon Prime approves of your opinion. Okay, like that is not a dangerous opinion. I just saw his guitar solo from 2004 Rock and Roll of Fame was one of those badass. Yeah, Prince is bad. My mom is a big Prince fan. Prince is just like, even if you don't like his music, he's one of those guys that it's like, brother, watch this guy. It's just aura. Like it's more aura than Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Like we're talking real aura with Prince.
Like him at the fucking Super Bowl and it started raining and then he sings the Purple Rain song. Like Prince is one of those people where you just get it once in a lifetime.
His song, I know it's a popular one, but his song "Kiss" is like undeniable. You know,
yes,
you don't have to be rich to be my girl. It's just fucking good stuff. Yeah,
he's a good musician. He can do it. He can pretty much do anything.
I love the story of Prince, Michael Jackson wanting him in the song "Bad," but
turn it down.
Classic Prince wouldn't do it because the first line is "Your butt is mine," and Prince was like, "No, my butt is no one's. I'm not doing your fucking song." Yeah. Dixon Cider, and if it makes you like Prince even more, Prince was like kids today would call him a homophobe. Prince was a big like marriage as a man and a woman type of guy.
Yeah.
Because he was I don't know if he was a Christian, but you know, he read the Bible. You know, he was a
Jehovah's Witness, I know.
Yeah, so Prince was not down with the gays. So I know Dixon Cider will add more Rockstar points to him for that. Can't punctuate for shit. Yeah, you need to hit the quality leering center. You got a lot of stuff to leer. Yeah, here's an article from Medium. Was Prince a homophobe? Probably. How much? No, he wasn't a fucking homophobe. He just had beliefs.
I mean, he wasn't scared of gay people. He was just like, oh, you know.
Oh, here's an article. God, I fucking hate how people have no respect for the legend. Here's an article from 2016. Turns out Prince was a gay bashing homophobe. No, fuck you guys.
Gay bashing. That's what. It's so funny.
Dude, Prince came up in the 80s. Prince was probably around gay people all the time. Probably had no problem with them, but it's just the fact that he has his beliefs, his religious beliefs, you know. Marriage is a man and a woman. That doesn't make you a fucking homophobe. It just means you have your own idea of things. But yeah, no, people nowadays have no respect for the legends. They will bash any, you know, the way they bash Vince McMahon.
Michael Jackson is this, and yeah, I'm like, dude, like they're criticizing all these people. I'm like, if you never were in their position, I don't think you should fucking pretend as if like you're the better moral person.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the other thing. Is it's like, bro, if you had the money that Michael Jackson had, I doubt you'd be a good person.
Person. Right. Like, do I believe he was screwing around with kids? No, but I believe that he just did what he thought was like normal for him. Like, oh, I didn't have a childhood, so let me just have kids over and grow up with them in a way. Is it weird? Absolutely. Would I let my kid go over there? Absolutely not. You know, but at the same time, like, you can't really criticize a man if you are the most famous man in the world. If you never had that, like, kind of power or riches, like, you can't say what you would do. Everybody says what they will do or have a plan until they get there.
Everybody loves to say they know exactly what they do if they were a millionaire, but most people cannot fathom being a millionaire.
Like they're like the billionaire thing where it's like, well, why do you need a private plane or I wouldn't have 3 houses? You don't know that because you're not them, you know?
Yeah, Dixon Cider, yeah, I know you're cool with everybody. I'm just making jokes at this point. That's pretty much how most people are. I think most people are fine with gay people. They just don't want to. It's funny. I always say, if I'm at the grocery store, if there's 2 dudes in front of me, I don't want them to make out in front of me, but I also don't want a boy and a girl to make out in front of me. Like, I just don't want to see your shit, you know? That's what I always say.
I'm like the complete opposite. I want to see it all.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, brother, just handle your own shit on your own time, you know?
Did you see that video of the guy at the New Year's Eve celebration? He was like,
he's like, oh,
it's just love in the air.
That dude saved himself so much.
Dude, that was an incredible save.
He was all, what do we have here? Love is in the air tonight. Like, yeah. Have you read that thing about I think it's a real quote. I don't know if it's from scientists, but I think there are some scientists that have tried to say that straight men, when they see 2 men kissing, they have the same physiological response as seeing maggots.
Yeah, I haven't not seen that. That's whoa.
Let me look up who the quote is from or whatever. It's basically, you know, like you see maggots, you're not scared or like, but it just kind of something looks weird about them. It just they basically
throws it off.
Yeah, they say that most straight dudes, they have some kind of it kind of throws you off when you see 2 dudes kissing.
Fuck, I haven't seen anything like that. That's wild.
Let's see, how do you spell physiological? Actually,
you said how you spell what?
Oh no, physiological.
I think it's PHYS.
I think I got it. I think it's PHYS. Yeah, and then IOL, and then logical.
Logical, yeah.
Physiological response.
That's shit.
Okay, yeah, so research shows heterosexual men often have a significant physiological stress/disgust response measured by salivary alpha amylase. something saliva related, to seeing gay men kiss, similar to viewing maggots or spoiled food, even in men with low explicit prejudice, suggesting deeply ingrained social conditioning associates same-sex intimacy with taboo. First of all, I hate when they say it's social conditioning. No, it's not. This is just like kind of like,
Science.
yeah, this is just kind of like natural. Like I always say, like even kids, like even kids that don't know anything, when kids see a man and a woman kiss, it just kind of they're like, okay, yeah. And then when kids see a man and a man, but they see that it's the beard on beard contact. Like even kids know, like, oh, that is taboo. Like there's something different than what I'm like my mom and dad or whatever. Exactly, very anti PDF. I've ended relationships over it. Public display. I think it meant PDA. Is that what you meant? Public display of affection? Are you saying you've broken up with a girl because she wanted to make out with you in public? Because I would actually say that's crazy.
That's completely crazy.
I have been known to be kind of Hank Hill, depending on where we're at. Me and an ex-girlfriend, we used to make music together, and we were at my buddy's because my buddy recorded our music. And we were in the garage recording, and she like leaned over for a kiss, and I gave her a kiss, and then she was like, "Oh, give me 2 more." And I was like, "No, none of that gay shit. We're on the clock. We're making music. I'm not giving you 2 kisses. Like we can do that in our bedroom. We're not like I will be like that sometimes." Or like if she wants to hold hands, and we're like in the lot, just like depending on where we're at, I'll give her a Hank Hill, slap her hand away, like not in public. It just depends on where we're at. But yeah, no, I don't believe it's social conditioning. I do believe, I'm sure there are a lot of straight men that when they see 2 dudes kissing, they get kind of like, it's not grossed out, but they have kind of, there's a response. They see it and they're like, oh, that is something that I'm not used to seeing. But it's not social. I hate how they try to say everything is social conditioning. Like, brother, no, there are some things that are just built into people's brains. Like some things just are the way they are. But like I said, I think a lot of it is the stubble on stubble. You just see 2 dudes with stubble or facial hair, and
you're just kind of like, oh, like,
yeah, you're like, oh, that's different. That's not what you see. That's not what I saw on Spank Bang last night when I was watching Riley Reid videos.
Oh, queen.
Fucking A. I feel like I even saved that clip. I don't know if I did or not, though. The clip of the sports reporter guy on New Year's Eve. Honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. That guy caught himself a lot better than I would have.
Yeah, I know. That is insane. Oh, what is going on?
It was constant. She needed attention to the point where if we were at a baseball game, I couldn't. Okay, that makes sense. Girls that are like in constant need of, I need you to. They're like those high school couples that are constantly spooning like up against a wall at lunchtime, and it's like, bro, chill out, you guys.
Like the goth couples wearing like fucking nighttime fucking bed slippers and shit, and they're like sitting in the corner like this,
and they're always holding each other.
Yeah.
I did save this great tweet. Riley Reid with her husband and kid, and then Riley Reid in between a circle of black dudes, clearly about to get banged out. You gotta feel bad for this kid. This kid is gonna grow up and go to school, and all of this kid's friends are gonna pull this video up every day on the playground.
Oh my god! Oh my. Dude, send me that, please. That is insane. I didn't know she got fucking married.
Yeah, she married and has a kid.
Dude, if I was this dude, I'm sorry. There's no way. Like,
so the
every
thing
time
with
you
me,
walk in, every man is gonna look at you like you're a fucking clown.
The thing is, would I hook up with Riley Reid? Absolutely. Would I marry Riley Reid? Would I marry Riley Reid? No. Would I even maybe?
If she becomes a Christian, I don't care about any of that shit. Like, you can't take the dick that was in your mouth back out.
Depending on like how famous I got, if I became a YouTuber with like 2 million subscribers, dude, I might even get into like a high profile. I might date her for like a week, is what I'm saying. But even then, maybe. But I'm not marrying this girl. I'm not sticking with this girl my whole life, I'm not having a kid with this girl.
Fuck, dude, I cannot believe. Oh, that is.
Have you ever heard her rap?
No, I haven't. I know it's gonna sound awful.
Oh, brother. Let me show you. This was the 22-second version. Is there like a full? Yeah, there's a full version that's a minute. Okay, let's see how long you can stand this. There's a certain part where I know you're gonna start laughing.
Face, put that water on your mustache.
I can't hear anything.
Can you not? Dixon Cider, can you hear it? Her and Lana Rhodes, one other porn.
Yeah, I heard about that. Lana Rhodes is still doing it though. It's funny. She does like spicy content still.
They both still have OnlyFans. Can you hear it now?
Louis duffel bag.
No. I wonder if it's Dixon Cider. Can you hear this? I want to know if it's just Johnny or I want to know if it's the entire time. Yes, Riley Reid does say the N-word a bunch of times in this song. That's what's funny. But people will say she gets the pass because she's got so much black DNA in her. Okay, Dixon Cider can hear it, so it's just you. But if you can't hear it, then I'm not even gonna bother with it. But yeah, no. I will agree that I believe. Hold on, hold your phone up. Like, go to our live if you can, and then hold your phone up. Dude, we are real tech geniuses. You got it? Oh, now you're freezing out on me.
Okay. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, now you're freezing.
What the
fuck?
Hold on, let it catch up.
Okay.
Now let's see if we hear it.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see if we hear it. Hold on, let it catch up. Oh no, we already passed it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to play it anyways. But
have a heart attack. Who that is? Riley Reid with my booty fat. Leslie less swag. Porno.
we're gonna get off. I'm gonna get off here in a minute anyways. But you know, she did do a track. There's also an interview clip with her where she talks about why she thinks she should be allowed to say the N-word. And she tries to say like, oh, we need to change the definition of the song because if we want to be a family, I want to be one of the. Then it's hilarious.
I'll look it up. Yeah, after we get off, I'll look it up.
And like I said, I kind of agree. Riley Reid, she's got enough black DNA in her that she gets the pass. She gets the pass. Riley Reid has done more for the black community than fucking Martin Luther King Jr., brother.
What the fuck? Are you wild?
Dude, I'm telling you, Riley Reid has serviced more black men than Martin Luther King could ever dream of.
No, not Riley Reid. It's the other chick. What is the other chick's name? The one that's actually in the picture, you know, where they're like on the couch, and then there's like 10 black.
Oh, that tiny blonde chick.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
Is like classic.
I don't know her name, but that is a classic meme. Yeah. She's one of those girls that she looks like she's 14, and people think people liked that shit. Yeah.
But seriously though, like the husband, like how do you think he's taking that? Like, is he just kind of like a cuck, or is he secretly like hating his life? Or...
No, he has to be a cuck. He's given his reasoning. He tried to say that when I was pondering marrying her, he said, "Oh, all my friends would tell me, bro, if you don't marry her, people are gonna say you're an idiot, and if you do marry her, people are gonna say you're an idiot. So, do you want to be the idiot that didn't marry Riley Reid or did marry?" And I was like, "Bro, that's a stupid reason." But he has to like it. Piper Perry, that's the blonde girl's name. I guarantee you he loves watching her videos. I guarantee you they watch her videos when they have sex, like in their room and stuff.
You think they still do the cucking? Like he hires like black dudes to come over and like bang her?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. There's
how
no
could you
way.
even go back? How could you even like what? Okay, you've been fucking all these trains and then you get trained by black dudes and like I don't think how could you ever be satisfied after doing all that?
My
your
thing is,
husband.
could you imagine Riley Reid? You get home from work. She's your wife. You say, "Hey, I want to hook up tonight." She says, "Oh, I'm not really in the mood." What is your reaction to Riley Reid? Because that's how it is. That's how married life is. Or even when you're with a girl for, I was with a girl for like 5 years. Sometimes you're not in the mood. You guys just go to bed. But Riley Reid telling you she's not in the mood.
In the mood? I'm like, yeah, but you're in the mood for all these other fucking motherfuckers. Like, but you're not in the mood for me.
No, you know he likes it. That was his thing. That's like I said. I guarantee you they watch her videos together.
You know what? By looking at him, I think, what if he's also gay?
He's a weird dude. He's actually he's like kind of internet famous. He's a foreign dude, and he basically does parkour. And he's kind of lame. He considers it like art. He's like, oh, it's like human art parkour. He does parkour stuff, and he does like demonstrations, and
yeah.
He's kind of an internet celebrity himself. You could find him if you just look up Riley Reid's husband. He's got an Instagram. He's got I think he's got millions of followers. But no, if any guy that marries Riley Reid, he's definitely into being cucked. Which, hey, you do what you do, brother. If that's your thing.
That's your thing.
I'll talk shit on the YouTube channel, but if I met him, I'm sure I'd have no problem with him. But yeah, no, I guarantee you, he's into it.
No, they call it free runner. What the fuck? He's not a free runner.
That's what it was. He's a free runner. Some of his stuff is interesting. He's an athletic guy, but a lot of it is just ridiculous. He looks Mormon. Yeah, he does look kind of fucking Mormon.
Yeah, this guy probably takes it up the ass too, to be honest with you.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
She has put on the strap on in some videos, so maybe they do shit like that too.
Totally. What the fuck? That's wild.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna call it.
All right, man.
Dixon Cider, you've been the main guy in chat all night. We appreciate it. We should be back on next Wednesday at the latest. You never know. Maybe I'll get on this weekend. Maybe someone else will get on with me this weekend. You know how it goes. We do whatever the fuck here. But at the latest, yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday with Protomax, and then we should both be back on next Wednesday.
Okay, that sounds good, man. I'll see you guys.
Right on. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure, anyways.
Yeah, just message me the Twitter stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Outro out.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning.